Becky here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sewing up a great pattern if you are a beginner or if you're just looking for something quick and simple for your kiddo. So we're going to be doing the lounge sweats from Lowland Kids. Now this pattern is very easy. It is serger friendly. You can do it all on your serger. You also could do it all on a sewing machine. You don't need a serger for it, but you also don't need a sewing machine. That's all just bands for attaching everything. So there's also no hemming, which is great. But these are very straightforward, and Lowland Kids even did a promotion, I think it was maybe 6 or so months ago from when I'm making this video, of it was like a teach a friend to sew, and they offered this pattern for free so that you could download it and your friend could download it and you could help your friend learn how to sew, because it is a very beginner friendly, just kind of straightforward pattern. There's no bells and whistles and intricate parts in it. It's very straightforward, and it is a great place to start if you are learning to sew, especially if you are learning to sew with knits, and it's another good one with attaching the cuffs and things like that. And the one thing, I am going to do this pattern as written except the waistband. It is written to have a fold over waistband, which just means basically your waistband is really tall, and I didn't want to do that. One, it saves a lot of fabric to not do that, and two, I just don't really prefer the fold over waistband because for personal preferences for my kiddos. So I am doing a shorter waistband where it doesn't fold over, and I'll talk about that. It's all the same steps. You basically just have to make your piece a little bit smaller for your waistband. I will put a link to this pattern in the description, and anything else that I mention and some of my favorite sewing tools and things like that are also linked. I also have a whole playlist of Lowland Kids pattern tutorials as well as with some other patterns, and you can also find me on Instagram. It's at Sewbexx. It's SEWBEXX, and I do a lot of sewing education there as well. And you can also reach out to me if you have any questions as we get into this video on this pattern or any other sewing things, or to suggest future tutorials and things like that. But let's get started. Alright, to get started, we're just going to go over the pattern pieces we need, and part of what makes this pattern so quick is you only have 2 pant leg pattern pieces. A lot of times there are at least 4 where there's a seam down the side. It also makes them cozier for littles, especially those babies where there's not an extra seam, and then the waistband is extra cozy as well because it's like a yoga band waistband instead of fold over elastic, so it doesn't dig in, which makes these great for the babies, and especially if you want to do like a quick gift or something for somebody having a baby, this is a great go-to pattern. So for your pattern pieces, you are going to have 2 leg pieces, and it says, I think it's cut mirror or opposites, those are the same terms, a set of opposites or a set of mirrored images. And you can see here I have the wrong sides together of my fabric, so if I were to lay them both out this way, they are a mirror image. So you can see here at the top, this angle piece, that is your top. The straight cut piece is your bottom. So that's just one thing to note as well. But you can see where they come down, and the lower part is your front, and then this is my back. So that's because you have a left leg and a right leg, and you need them to be on opposite sides. So you're going to have a left and right leg piece. You're going to have 2 cuff pieces, and then your waistband piece. So I know I mentioned the waistband that I am doing it shorter, and the only difference is your waistband would be double the size. So I just cut my waistband, I measured the waistband height and I cut that down in half, and I got my new waistband. So I'm doing a 12-month one, so this is still pretty small, but you would have a double the height and you would do everything the same. And then it would just fold over, and the cuffs fold over as well, which is why they are so long. So we're going to set everything aside, and the first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to just take one leg piece and fold it down the bottom, and we're going to line up from our ankle up to our crotch seam. And so I mentioned how the bottom is straight, so you can see here these line up, and if you look here up at the top, this piece is taller than the bottom. And so you want to make sure that you are pinning together your bottom curve and not this top curve, because this won't line up. So if you're getting to where they don't line up or you're having to pull, you might have your piece upside down. So then we're going to do the same thing on this side here. And pin those together. You want to line up those raw edges with right sides together, and then you're just going to go ahead and sew down both of those curve pieces. So I'm going to go sew those and be right back. All right, so I have both of those sewn up, and one thing I want to add is I do this in the order that I prefer. So I don't really know, this may follow the instructions to a T, it may not. There's 100 different ways to do things in sewing, and they all can turn out the same, but some processes work better for others. And so I just do it in the way that I prefer when I make these videos, because I'm not affiliated with Lowland Kids at all, or most of the other pattern companies. I do this all just on my own. So if something varies from the tutorial or something like that, then don't worry, you can pick whichever way you want to do it. But once you have that seam sewn, you're going to take one leg, it doesn't matter which one, and turn it right side out. And then you want to kind of flip it and lay them so that the seams are both on the same. And then you're going to take this piece and slide it inside of the other one so that the ankle comes down. And your crotch seam are going to match. You want to pin those together right there. And then continue lining up those edges now of this curve. It's kind of like a U looking shape if you get it to lay flat. This is your crotch seam, so it goes down the back and between the legs and up the front. So you want to go along both sides from that inseam point and match up all your edges. And then you're just going to go and you're going to sew starting up at the top. It doesn't matter which side you start on. You're going to sew all the way down and around back up the top here, keeping the raw edges lined up all the way around. So I'm going to go sew that up real quick and be right back. All right, I have that sewn up, as you can see, and so now you can pull that leg piece back out and you can see your pants have started to take shape. And we're going to leave them inside out for this next step. So we're going to move on to our cuffs. So we're going to take our cuffs, and what you're going to do is you want to open them up. I have the right side up. I know it's hard to tell because they're solid, but this is the right side. So you're going to just fold it on top of each other, right sides together, matching up the long side here, and pin down this side. And then you're going to do the same thing. Oop, this is my right side, sorry. Same thing with this one, right sides together, lining up this long edge. And go ahead and sew down both of those. So I'm going to sew those and be right back. So once you sew your cuffs, they're going to look like this, and I'm going to set one aside. I'm going to show you the next step on just one cuff because it's the same process on both cuffs, and so I'm just going to show you the one. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cuff, and at the seam here, you're going to come, I like to hold on to one seam and then take my other seam and just fold it in half with wrong sides together and match those seams up, and then pin them together to hold them in place. And so you can see here now it forms this little U. And then I'm just going to take one of the unpinned sides and fold it over the top of my cuff, and it folds it out into a cuff with the right side out on the inside and the outside. And so what I'm going to do now is where I have it clipped, I'm just going to even it out, match up those raw edges, and lay it out flat. And where this fold is here, that is one of my center points. So there's one point, and this is my other center point. So I'm just going to put a pin in it there. Oops. And these are your halfway points. You could do more. Sometimes they say to do quarter points on cuffs and smaller pieces. I usually just do center points, because if I put 4 on here, there's barely even enough room to sew without having to take them off. So I just do 2 clips. And then what I do is I flip it upside down so that my raw edge is at the bottom, and here's the raw edge of my ankle. And I also like to flip it so that the seam of my cuff matches the inseam seam of my pants. Now there's not a seam on the outside of these, but I always will turn the seam of my cuff to the inside of my pant leg. It just camouflages it a little bit more. So what you're going to do is I like to just stick my hand into my cuff and slide it in here. Now, if you had a printed fabric on your cuffs, you want to make sure that when you do this, after you sew it, that when it flips out, it's going to be right side up. You don't want to go through all of this, sew it on, and then find out that your cuff is upside down. So just double check that once you sew it on, or once you pin it. I would usually pin it and then kind of look inside and flip it out with the pins, and just to make sure. But if you use a solid, it doesn't matter. And so what I'm gonna do now is lay this flat, and just like we did on our cuff, find that fold point, and I'm going to bring that fold and match it up to the clip of my cuff. Now you can see here how the cuff is smaller than our ankle. Like if you were to lay it flat, there's some gaping in our ankle fabric, and that is intentional. So what you want to do is when you go to sew this on, you're going to stretch your cuff just enough that your main fabric is laying flat. You don't want to overstretch it and end up stretching this too, because then it's going to cause a bunch of waviness in your seams after it's sewn, and it won't look the best. So you want to just stretch it just enough and then go and sew all the way around that ankle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one, and then I will do the other one as well, and then be back to do the waistband and finish these pants up. All right, so I got those cuffs sewn on. Fold them out like that. You can see them there. And so now we are going to do the same process for our waistband. So we're going to take our waistband out and lay it open. And remember, your waistband is most likely double the height of this pattern piece, but it's not going to change anything that we do. So it just is going to look a little bit different. We're going to fold our waistband in half again, matching up the side edge here. So you can see here I am using a ribbed fabric, meaning it has these stripes in it, and this is your grain line. So you want to do the side parallel to your grain line. So we're just going to go ahead and sew down the seam, and then I will be right back. All right, so I have this sewn up, and now we have a circle. So basically, like we did with the cuffs, we are going to take our seams here, fold them in half with wrong sides together, match up those seams, and then do our other side. Now this is where I was talking about with the cuffs, that you probably are going to want to do quarter points instead of just halfway points. So here is my folded in half. I'm going to find that quarter point, or halfway point, sorry, and put my clip in it. Make sure you get both layers. And so to find your quarter points, what you're going to do is you're going to open it up now and rotate it so that your clips are on top of each other, and now these two folds are going to be your quarter points. So I'm just going to mark those, and now we have our quarter points marked. So now I'm going to come over to my pants and flip them to, when you lay them flat, you want the side where the back is higher facing you. So you can see here how it sticks out a little bit, and that's where I was talking about, like on your leg pieces when they're folded in half. The higher part is the back side because it makes room for your booty. So what you want to do is, I have them lined up with my seams. So I use my front and back seam as my center points. So then on my side seams, I just fold it in half, and I will mark those folds for my sides of my waist. And then I take my waistband and my seam. I like to put my seam of my waistband in the center back on waistband. Sometimes I'll do it on the side if there's a side seam. It just kind of depends, and it's kind of personal preference. But what I like to do is I take my seam, or one of your quarter points, however you want to do it, and line it up in the center back, and then I just put that seam, or I put fabric into my clip of my waistband, and then I take my front point and do the same thing, match up this seam line with that clip, and then add that in, and then I'm gonna flatten it out, and then come over to my sides, and here I'll take off this clip and add that in. So you should have 3 layers in each pin, and then find this one, match them up, take one off, and add it in. So now we have our waistband pinned on, and just like our ankles here, it is smaller than our waist opening of our pants, and that is what holds it in and holds your pants up. So again, we're just going to take this over to our machine, stretching your waistband slightly, just enough so that it fits into the waist of your pants, and sew all the way around. And then that is all there is to these pants. All right, once you get your waistband sewn on, you are done. And as I mentioned multiple times, my waistband is shorter. So if you did it, you would just want to fold your waistband down, and then it would look about the same size as mine here. And then you want to just go and trim all your threads. I haven't done that yet, but these are so quick. Let's see, it took me about 25 minutes to sew these up, and that included with filming this tutorial as I was doing it. So obviously if you're a beginner, you're going to take a little bit longer to do things, but for me, if I can sew a pattern under 30 minutes, it is super quick. So it might take you around an hour or so, but just to kind of let you know what is possible. And as you start to sew more, you will kind of start to figure out construction and the methods that are used to sew a pair of pants. So like I can pick out almost any pant pattern if there's no pockets or just basic patterns, and just sew it from memory of how pants are constructed. So keep practicing, keep sewing. I hope that you love your pants, or that your little is gonna love your pants, or whoever you made them for. Share any of your makes. Feel free to tag me. I love seeing what you guys make. And again, my Instagram is @sewbex. It's SEWBEXX. And I hope that this video was helpful for you to sew up your very first pair of lounge sweats and continue on your sewing journey. So again, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, or you can reach out to me on Instagram, and I would be happy to help. Even if it's not regarding this pattern, any just general sewing questions, I would be happy to help. Thanks for watching. Bye.